Hey, it's back to the future with creative listing strategies that are going to help you get your house sold sooner and for a higher dollar amount. We have to deal with the reality of what's going on in the market, and a lot of my videos recently I've been talking about the market backdrop in San Antonio in 2025. In other videos I go into a lot of detail about pricing and marketing, things we can do to separate your house from the pack and get you sold. Hey, but there's some other things that we used to do in 2008 and 2009 when I survived those real estate wars to help sellers get picked earlier and sold at a higher price. We can do some creative listing strategies. What does that mean? Well, let's talk about a pre-listing inspection. Think about when you go on the market, there's more choices than the last 10 years for buyers. They're going to have a lot of homes to look at and sort through. There's too much inventory in the market. So how can you stand out and be unique? Having a pre-listing inspection is one strategy that will make your house be, different and unique than probably 95% of the other listings, because most sellers don't spend the $400 or $500 to get this report done. So that's going to help you separate, because now the buyer can have greater confidence that your home is in good shape. Because here's what we're going to do. We're going to take that report and fix the things that are obvious that are within your control. And the good news is when you're not under contract, some of those items you can do yourself. Now, obviously, if it's electrical, plumbing, HVAC, things like that need to be done by a pro, but a lot of like the handyman items you can actually fix yourself. So between a combination of things where we have receipts and some work that's done for you, we're not only going to provide that inspection report, but the list of repairs. And again, your house now becomes a safer option because your neighbors that are on the market, they haven't done this. So a pre-listing inspection is one time-honored strategy to make your house look better and more attractive. And honestly, it's always a great idea to do it. We just find when it's more of a buyer's market and the sellers are having to do something unique to stand out, a pre-listing inspection can go a long ways. What's another unique strategy you could use to get your house picked out and be separate from the crowd? And I recommend this especially when you've done a lot of improvements in the house and you're worried about getting your value back. Or do you have a unique property? If you have something that's kind of one of a kind, might want a pre-listing appraisal. Now that report's going to cost you about $600 or $700. But the thing is, again, with unique properties or properties with a lot of improvements, we can get the appraiser to give an opinion of value that dials in where this thing's going to end up. Because eventually we're going to go on the market with a list price, and I do have a lot of experience, so I'm going to price you smartly so we're competitive with the market, and I'm going to price you with an appraisal goal in mind. But if we can show to the buyers the value of your house is actually worth X, again, that gives them confidence that they're not going to get under contract with another seller where the appraisal comes in short and they don't, quote unquote, make value, and then their deal falls out. And that's a risk for the buyer because they've spent $400 or $500 on inspections. They spent $600 or $700 on an appraisal, and now they're out of pocket between option money and all that. Who knows? $1,200, $1,300. So if you've done that pre-listing inspection, you have the pre-listing appraisal when needed. I'm not saying everyone, but there are circumstances where it could be helpful. Then again, you become the safer bet. You give the buyer confidence that your house is in good shape and it's gonna, quote unquote, make value so we don't have a shortage and have a problem. In a market that is declining this year, we're seeing values down at about 4% in 2025. Again, that helps give the buyer confidence to pick you, and you'll go first compared to your neighbors. Hopefully you found this information helpful. Go ahead and put pre-listing in the comments if you want more information. Hey, if you see other topics about selling your home that you'd like to get information on, put those in the comments as well. I'd love to do some videos around that. And do me a favor, go ahead and hit like and subscribe, and then hit the notification bell, and that way you'll automatically get more content like this. I hope you keep watching the videos, and thanks very much.